We've had extremely good success with our Facebook fan page. It's interesting because you can have your personal page, like I do. I have two pages. I have my Susan Knight page, and it has a, sort of the fan base. I feel silly saying that, but the listeners that want to be part of my life are on that page and hang out with me, and we figure out what's going on. I don't necessarily have a personal connection with a lot of them, but they know what's going on, and it's a place where I can promote my blog and being here tonight and a few other things. So it's kind of, again, on that communication form. There's a lot of kids on there, not necessarily all would come to something like this, but their parents might, or a friend might, or something like that, and it gets passed along. I have a personal Susan page that has another last name on it, and that's where my sister hangs out because she refuses to go to the other page with the 3,000 teenagers. So, and that's what we often talk about when people think about Facebook. They think of those personal pages where you share your pictures and all that sort of stuff. The fan pages have turned into a wonderful resource because the status lines show up. And that's the difference. I don't bother with groups anymore at all. The groups are essentially pointless unless it's just say yes to Easter candy, like, or I fell in a well last night. Like, there's just like, they're completely random, silly things.
Group adoption is much slower. People won't join groups. So if you've got a group and you started a group for your business, it was a mistake, put it down and get a fan page.
Or you can use it for your employees, which can be a great place for your employees to come together and do things, but do it on that private level. The fan page, though, is where you can promote, and you can promote within other people's status updates. Now remember, though, we now all have the power to ignore status updates. I know I have people that I've put on ignore. They might update their status line, and I'm never going to see it because I find it annoying. You do not want to be annoying. So, when you are updating your fan page, remember, as we were saying before, it's now about communication. It's not just about selling a product. So you might be, I help a girl out with a cleaning company, and her status updates tend to be things along the lines of cleaning tips, or spring cleaning is coming, or did you have that party on St. Patrick's Day and have to figure out how to get green beer out of your white sofa? You know, and that sort of stuff, rather than just call me to clean your house. But every line might end with, if you don't want to worry about it, give me a shout. Here's my phone number. So it can work for you. It's a bit of a slow build, but those fan pages can be really, really handy if used properly. Again, the 99.9 Son of fan page has a big core base in it because people change it too, right? Like, it's Dan and I in the morning updating it, and then it's Sonia in middays, and then it's Ara into the afternoons, and Robin's at night. So it's got a fresh tone to it through hours of the day because the people change and people respond to that. We can instantly do things with prizing giveaways and stuff like that. And don't worry about your response. Some of the things you might be like, absolutely nobody responded to that. Let me tell you, it doesn't mean not absolutely nobody read it. We are constantly shocked by the feedback we get from people that never respond, but we're like, I couldn't believe you wrote that thing about Britney Spears. Like, you know, like it's, and then they respond to you in person. So it's an interesting, never think nobody's listening. Someone always is, and it's usually my mother.